Run everything through this. I promise you it's going to sound good.
An angry mob starts to gather and pull me out my bed.
Absolutely.
You're there.
Let's get to the next vocals.
You're there. Killing me now.
Yeah.
Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know how.
Listen to the shaping.
Got me, yeah, yeah. You got me working day, night. Hey.
I like that tack on pop vocals. Kind of up and release, kind of closer to slow as well. If you are in search of the everything get it done vocal chain, then you may want to consider these Hazelrigg Industry heavyweights. Let's talk about it. What's up, Archie Beats here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my home studio. Today we have the Hazelrigg Industries VLC Preamp and the Hazelrigg VNE Compressor, along with the VNE Highway 30 Sweetwater Special Edition of the VNE, which, as you can see, it's quite beautiful. And a major shout out to the guys at Sweetwater and DW Fearn and Hazelrigg Industries for making this happen. If you're interested in this, be sure to check it out in the description below. If I had a top 2 vocal chain, period, on this planet, this is one of them. And this is because the VLC preamp and the VNE works on pretty much everything, every type of vocals, even instruments. And in this video, I'm going to actually show you several different types of vocalists, including myself, to show you all how this preamp and this compressor, along with pretty much any microphone, just work perfectly. Hazelrigg Industries, along with DW Fearn, have built some amazing pieces of gear, but most importantly, tools that we can use and tools that we are happy with. Hazelrigg Industry products are born from DW Fearn's design. I actually had the pleasure of doing a Zoom call with George Hazelrigg and Eric Larson just so they could witness my face when I first plugged this gear in. I used an R92 ribbon microphone along with the U87 and they saw my face. I actually couldn't believe what I was hearing, but everything that I plugged into this combo here sounded great. Just after just turning a few knobs and just listening and using my ears, it's handcrafted with producers in mind. The heart of this gear is designed for us. So let's get started with this vocal chain. And you guys are actually listening to it now. I know you all saw the indicators going off here. We got a really great signal, as you all can see. The first piece of this vocal chain is a Swiss Army knife of your home studio. It's a vacuum tube preamp, DI, and equalizer. So basically the power supply and the preamp is actually the VT series. There's no difference. For those of you who know, the VT series is some pretty expensive, pretty amazing sounding stuff. So you get that in this unit here. We have our gain knob here, and then we have our conveniently located in place XLR combo jack here. When you plug into this XLR combo jack here, you are plugged into an all tube circuit. Then you have your selector here where you can choose mic, line, and instrument. So you can easily plug in your microphone, bass, or whatever instrument that you have, and then properly select it from here. And then here's a cool part about it. As you can see, the phantom power switch is not your typical phantom power switch. It actually needs to be pulled out before it can be switched on or off. Since both George and Jeff are pilots, the pull locking concept is inspired straight from the cockpit of an airplane. That's cool, right? So these guys aren't just fantastic musicians and engineers, they are pilots. That's cool. And next to that, we have our 20 dB pad. When you initiate this 20 dB pad here, it's inserted between the input connector and the input transformer. It's not on the other side of the input transformer. So think of it as this. On the other side of this XLR is an input transformer. The pad is actually placed right before you hit the input transformer. Next to that is, you can see the polarity switch and then your EQ in. This initiates your EQ into the audio path. Then you have your EQ. You have your low cut, you have your boost, you have your high frequency over here, then you have your high cut. This EQ is extremely smooth and pleasant. And the reason why it's smooth, it's because it is inductor bass. so it's not harsh at all. And as you can see, there are no numbers on this EQ here. This is because it's not frequency specific corrective EQing here. This EQ section actually used complex curves, delivering the magic of the shaping EQ approach. As I stated, this promotes using your ears. On the back panel here, you see you have your output that goes to the VNE compressor and other compressors if you choose to, or an audio interface directly into your audio interface. And the line right here, this is so that you can use it as a hardware insert. And then you have your microphone input. Now let's jump down to the VNE compressor here. This is also an all-tube compressor that actually utilizes post-width modulation in its circuit. Basically, this compressor is not affecting your tone, only amplitude, only volume. Hey, I'm not an expert at post-width modulation, but I'm currently scheduling a call with Eric George and Doug Fearn so we can have a kind of a nerd jam session about this. It has a very simple, easy to use, easy to understand design. We have our threshold here. We have our bypass. You can bypass the compressor. You can go in, and also you have a high pass filter here as well. With the majority of the vocals that you guys are going to hear, we already high passed everything, so we won't be using that. We're going to go directly in right here. We bypass compressor, and then we go from there. Then you have your attack, your release, your gain, your power switch, and the indicator. Then you have your line input and output. And Sweetwater Special Edition of the VNE Highway 30 is literally the exact same, but with a beautiful finish, and your gain reduction indicator here, you guys see those are the same as well. So let's get to some tests. And what I'm doing is I'm using this, I'm coming out of Pro Tools, the output with a balanced signal XLR going into the preamp here and EQ, and then into the compressor, and then back into Pro Tools. That's how we are doing this. And this song that you guys are about to hear the vocals to is my vocals. I produced it as well. I recorded it as well. It's called I Adore You. And I stripped the vocal, the channel strip, and we just have this and a little tuning, about 35 on the track. So let's start moving some knobs around.
If the sky starts to crumble and fall on my head, you're there.
Let's cut a little off the top.
You're there.
But just turning it down a little bit. We have
An angry mob starts to gather and pull me out my bed. You're there.
Let's cut the low end.
You're there.
No point of a pad.
Tell me, what do I
no cut.
do?
Give it a little shimmer. And come up here and pull. One and two. Then compress
If the sky starts to crumble and fall on my head, you're there.
Look at that gain reduction there.
You're
no
there.
pumping. If this was any other
an angry mob starts to gather and pull me out my bed. You're there.
And that was just proximity.
You're there.
Get a little more top.
Tell me, what do I do?
So we have the piano. We don't have any reverb going either. Any reverb.
If the sky starts to crumble and fall on my head,
just make my vocals, oh man.
You're there.
Now just pay attention to the texture in my voice. That
You're
this is.
There.
Just listen.
An angry mob starts to gather and pull me out my bed.
Absolutely.
You're there.
Let's get to the next vocals.
You're there.
And with the Highway 30, I'm pushing everything I possibly can through this over the next few years. This is amazing. So we now have Taylor, Hey Ya, and she's a more soulful, little like a hint of pop, R&B. She is an extremely just excellent vocalist with depth to her vocals. Taylor 2 times Taylor. This is her rendition of Hey Ya, and let's move some knobs around.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door? Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me now.
So you can see the beef.
Thank God for mom
Activate
and
the
dad
EQ.
for sticking two together, cause we don't know how.
Getting rid of it. Listen to that. I like the sheen right up top. It doesn't take much. Look at the gain reduction. We want to attack fast and release slower to let those notes just kind of linger a little bit while the compressor reacts slower.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
Yeah, I like how the compressor just attacks.
She really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door.
Like the warmness of it.
Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me now.
Yeah.
Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, cause we don't know how.
Listen to the shaping. Oh man, this how you make records. Yes. On to the next vocals. It's just amazing to have such talented friends. And next this is going to be poppy diva, extremely great vocalist as well, Kristen Simone. So these are just vocals. We're focusing in on vocal production. There's no music. You guys are going to be able to hear just the dynamics in her voice. There is no effects or EQing on the backgrounds as well. Just extreme panning. And you guys just tell me, what do you think?
Got me, yeah, yeah. You got me working day, night.
And I'm going to adjust the lead vocal.
You got me working day, night. You got me working day, working. You got me working day. Got me, yeah, yeah. You got me working day, night. Hey. You got me working day, night. You got me working day, working.
No reverb, no delays.
Got me, yeah, yeah. You got me working day, night. Hey. You got me working day, night.
Very
you got
forward.
Me working You got me working day. Got me, yeah, yeah. You got me working day, night. Hey.
I like that tack on pop vocals, kind of up and release, kind of closer to slow as well.
You got me working
And the lead vocals kind
got
of
me, yeah,
the release
yeah.
and the release on high
Hey.
and the release on fast as well.
You got me working. You got me working day. Got me, yeah, yeah. You got me working day, night. Hey. You got me working
We're not even on the effects yet.
You got me working working. You got me working till.
You can hear the room in the background. It's just such a just great capture and a great recording. And like I said, this is the ideal signal chain, vocal chain for all vocals, all genres, bass guitar. The Hazelrigg brothers, they're really great musicians and they use this stuff all the time. Well, I really do hope that you all enjoyed this video. This is really great pieces of gear. It is the epic vocal chain, the most epic vocal chain that I've ever used. And a major shout out to the guys at Sweetwater and DW Fearn and Hazelrigg Industries for making this happen. And hey, this is really cool. I'm really speechless that I have this piece of gear here in my home studio to make some great records with. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. If you're interested in this, be sure to check it out in the description below. I really appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, be sure to comment below as well. The guys over at DW Fearn and Hazelrigg are incredible people, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity to be able to do this. So you guys don't forget to be great and create. This is your boy Beats, and I'm signing off.